Okay, everything is up, I believe. Epic. Okay. Make sure the music's gonna play right. Alright, the music's playing, but it's a bit quiet, I think. Okay, never mind. It's chilling. Just the beginning part. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and wait a moment or two to see if anybody comes in, because this stream won't really make much sense until, like, people are here. Alright, I already got it posted up on Twitter. Keep my keyboard close to me in case I have to. I just realized I never set chat rules. This is called by odd mod. Show messages, chat appearance, delete messages. Okay. Hey, what's good, Starscreams? Great to see you. Currently just vibing and waiting for people to show up so that I actually have someone to talk to, so that it's not me talking to empty space and then we skip over things and nobody hears anything. How's it going, bro? How you doing tonight? Or at least it's night for me. It's like 7 in the afternoon, so... Or would you count 7 as the afternoon or the evening? I think 7 is when the evening, like, actually starts. I don't know. Because I like to think that 6 a.m. is morning, and then obviously noon is noon. Afternoon starts anytime afternoon, and I feel like evening starts around, like, 7. I don't know. Anyways, I think... I think I'm going to go ahead and get started, because now we actually have someone viewing. So, basically in this stream, we're going to be looking at things that can come off the ban list. And, Lord knows, there's a lot of things on the ban list that just doesn't belong. Obviously, there is stuff that does belong, but, like, some of this stuff is just kind of whack. Like, a lot of this stuff either didn't need to get hit in the first place, or can come back, like, safely, and nobody would really care, like, at all. And so, let's go ahead and get started. So, Protoss just got hit, obviously, for good reason. It can stay here. Let's see. Gofu, definitely not. Steam the Cloak, absolutely not. Actually, okay. So, here's the thing with a lot of the tuners, right? So, back when Hulk came out and even was revealed, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in a different, like, format, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in a completely different time period where a one-card Link 4 was absolutely absurd, right? Like, a one-card Link 4, like, Borreload or something was insane and scary and, you know, nobody wanted to deal with that, right? But the thing is, with a lot of these tuners, is that half of them are there because of just Hulk fear and wouldn't really do very much for most decks except for, like, the niche one-hand trap death combo decks. Or they only stay hit because Auroradon exists. I feel like Hulk is not a problem card, like, at all. And this isn't just me being biased because I play Water, right? But I feel like Hulk overall is perfectly fine as a card. It's really helpful to a lot of decks that need it, especially, you know, because I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, X Engine helps rogue decks, right? People are, like, perfectly fine with saying that for, like, you know, Adventure Engine, DPE, Dragoon stuff, but God forbid Hulk. Like, I don't know. Hulk's not the problem, cap 1,000, and, okay. I call bullshit on that, right? Because, here's the thing. Almost every, if not every, broken Hulk combo involved Auroradon. Every meta deck that's ever brokenly used Hulk has used it because of Auroradon, or at least because of Link Cross, which is currently banned. Feel free to prove me wrong. Because Hulk summoning a tuner is not that big of a deal. Auroradon summoning 3 tokens is the problem. Because, like, yeah, you could play Hulk in a strong way without Auroradon back when Link Cross was legal. Yeah, remember when Link Cross and Hulk were in the same format? Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that kept Infernoble relevant. But literally, Link Cross and Auroradon are the biggest problems with Hulk. Link Cross finally got the axe. Auroradon needs to go, and I feel like with Auroradon gone, 90% of the tuners that are gone because of Hulk can come off the list. Steam the Cloak? Probably, I don't know. Let's go down and look at all of them, right? Dandelion, actually, probably not. Strictly because Plant is already kind of silly. Not, like, that strong, but Dandelion is not a once per turn, which is, like, the big thing. Infinite was still relevant because of Smoke Grenade. No, they both got hit at the same time. Like, Link Cross and Smoke Grenade were hit on the same ban list. And Smoke Grenade in general, like, I don't know why people found Smoke Grenade to be that big of a problem when I literally never got more than, like, one fucking card looped out of my hand. Like, a deck that ripped cards from hand better was just water. Yeah, Link Cross and Smoke Grenade, I'm 99% sure got hit in the same, damn Discord notifications. Got hit in, like, the same list. Yeah, Dandelion, probably not, strictly because it's not once per turn. Let's see. Fishboard Blaster's been gone. Glow Up Bulb can come back, dude, I swear to God. So I know I just said Plant's kind of silly, right? Because, you know, that causes Dandelion not to be able to come back, but free Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb did nothing wrong. Without, like, the MX Saber Invoker engine and stuff, like, Glow Up Bulb is completely mediocre. And so I feel like it can come back just fine and nobody would care. Alright, let's see what else got hit because of Jet Synchron. Without Auroradon, Jet Synchron can come back. Nobody cares. Level Leader, probably not. It's not once per turn. I don't want Glow Up Bulb for that art. What? Are you saying, like, the art creeps you out and so you don't want Glow Up Bulb back? That's funny. O-Lion. O-Lion is pinnacle if Auroradon got banned. No, like, this card could come back and nobody would care. Let's see. Keep going, keep going, keep going. What else is hit because of Hulk? Like, all the tuners that got Hulk hit, except for the Synchro stuff, can come back. Like, obviously, unfortunately, Ib Mommy cannot come back, right? But all the tuners that got hit because of Hulk could come back if Auroradon got banned. For, like, the most part, except for, like, Dandelion. Because it does basically what Hulk does. Or Auroradon does, I'm sorry. Auroradon was hit because of Link Cross Metal Marcher combos. No, but, like, it also got hit because Auroradon was being silly. The fact that Auroradon summoned 3, and then Auroradon summoned a 4th Mecha Phantom Beast token. Yeah, the Metal Marcher was part of that, but, like, the Link Cross has hit. Metal Marcher hasn't seen any sort of play since Infernobles. That was, like, the only deck that ever abused Martial Metal Marcher. Maybe Synchron uses it, but it's Synchron. Imperm Junk Speeder, good game. Man, I'm thirsty. So yeah, Too Long Didn't Read. I basically feel like almost everything that got hit because of Hulk can come back if Auroradon left. Because I feel like Auroradon is the problem. 1 tuner is nothing compared to 3 tokens, right? Especially considering that the tuner being used right now is only being used because of Auroradon. And it's arguably the most broken out of all of the tuners being that were used because of Auroradon. And I've literally summoned, like, 3 Despot 001s in 1 turn. Using, I believe Metal Foes it was. Because, you know, Metal Foes has, like, you just normal someone like a Despot guy that specials 001, by the way. That's fair and balanced. But I feel like it's mainly just because a lot of these things, like, weren't once per turn. So, like, all the non-once per turn ones, maybe they can stick on, like, Level Eater, Dandelion, stuff like that. But all the ones that are once per turn, they're perfectly fine to come back. Is Steam the Cloak once per turn? I think Steam the Cloak actually locks you in some sort of way. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, Too Long Didn't Read. Hulk Tuners band can come back if Auroradon dies. Alright, moving on. Blaster. Absolutely can come to 1. Nobody cares. I cannot think of a single deck that would use this, like, at all. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, Dragon Link might use it. Dragon Link doesn't play any fires. I don't believe, other than, like, Ash Blossom, that Dragon Link plays any fires. TLTR Auroradon's a stinky bitch and needs to be banned. Yo, no, for real, like, actually. I'm not even joking. That card's, like, stupid. But yeah, Blaster is perfectly fine to come back. He's honestly the second worst one outside of Tempest. And so, just bring back Blaster, nobody cares. Unlock the block, no. Unfortunately, we cannot unlock the block. I've shown personally on the channel a why Block Dragon can't even come to 1, let alone like 3. This card is stupid. The dumber art, more art theory. I don't know what that means, enlighten me. Cyberjar. Blaster, cool art, but can come back. Yeah, I agree. I also would like to see all the Dragon Rulers come back, because I have a really cool Dragon Ruler. A Dragon Ruler, Matt, sorry. Cyberjar. Destroy monsters in the field and both players reveal the top 5 cards of their deck, especially in all revealed level 4 lower mod. Hell nah. Stupid art, but can't come back. Yeah, definitely Redox is probably the only one that would be a little bit of hesitance. But that's about it. All the other Dragon Rulers are so fine to come back. But yeah, Cyberjar, even as a fucking Ghost Trick player, oh hell no. That card is stupid. Definitely not. Dandelion we've already talked about. If I recall correctly, Dandelion is a not once per turn token spammer, right? If this card is sent to the graveyard, special so... Oh, hell no. Okay, the dumber art, the more broken. Oh, okay, makes sense. Cyberjar is some pretty stupid art, so... but yeah, Dandelion, absolutely stupid. I actually think it might have been hit before Hulk, was it? I don't know, maybe it was part of, like, some silly FTK. But yeah, Dandelion is ridiculous. Jin, no. Nothing else to really say. No. Could you imagine this with, like, Megalith or something? Yes, it was. Yeah, honestly, Dandelion, it's not a tuner. Is it? Is it really not a tuner? I swear Dandelion's a tuner. Well, then, I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah, but still, it's a silly card anyway and shouldn't come back. Ignore the rant I went on about it earlier. Yeah, Dandelion's still a stupid card. But yeah, Djinn, I feel like Jin is definitely not something that can come back, especially with something like Megalith. Eclipse Wyvern. Probably. You know, Lightsworn Chaos, I'm kind of based because I like Lightsworn Chaos. But I feel like Eclipse Wyvern, maybe. I mean, we already have Chaos Space, so there's really nothing that's... It's basically Power Crept at this point. Because Eclipse Wyvern was banned before Chaos Space even came out. Wasn't it banned because of, like, Thunder Dragon Link? How many cards on the ban list were hit because of Thunder Dragon, only for Thunder Dragon to win, like, 1 YCS? That's so stupid. Yeah, Eclipse Wyvern, maybe. Eva, no. Fiberjar, no. I don't like Fiberjar as a card. It literally just resets the entire game state, and I don't feel like cards that do that are fun, so no. Fishborg Blaster. Yeah, Fiberjar is ridiculous. Fishborg Blaster. If it got eroded to be a once per turn, yes. It's basically just a different version of Fishborg Launcher at that point. That could set up some other things. Because Fishborg Blaster, one sec. Fishborg Blaster, it's discards for cost, right? Come on. No, not Launcher. I want Blaster. Control, oh, you can discard 1 card. I believe Fishborg some of the dumbest art, but imagine that in water decks. Yeah. So, like I said, like if it got eroded to be a once per turn, and if the discard is for cost, I think this would literally just see play over Fishborg Launcher in Mermail, but I don't think it'd make Mermail, like, very much stronger. I feel like it'd just be better for, like, getting a little bit more advantage, and you're allowed to play hand traps if you do that. Because the thing is, currently, Fishborg Launcher is the target for Hulk in Mermail, but you have to only have water monsters in grave to summon it back. So I feel like Fishborg Blaster could come back if it got put to once per turn. But the main thing that got it banned is because it's not once per turn, right? You just Quasar spam. And so, yeah. Fishborg Launcher would have to get eroded to come back. But other than that, I feel like it can come back. Glow Bulb we already discussed. Free the Bulb, like, without Auroradon even, like, free the Bulb, because that has nothing to do with Auroradon. This card's fine. Grinder Golem, probably not. Because what, someone's like, what, 2 tokens to your field and itself to the opponent's field? Or vice versa? Hell nah. Jet Synchron, if Auroradon got banned. Level Eater, no. Magical Scientist, bro. Card's perfectly fine. No, I'm kidding. Hell no. Kieran. Let me look up Kieran again. Magus, Spectre, Unicorn, Kieran. During a player's turn, you get a part of your opponent controls. Grinder Golem was actually not banned after Spiral was at tier 0. It was limited and finally hit a year later. 2017 crazy year with 2's 0 tier decks. Yeah, no, I played... Grinder Golem was actually... It was hit in 2018 or 19 or something like that. Like, it was hit because of Danger FTK stuff. So yeah, I know it was like limited or something, but like it was used in Aegis spam decks like in Danger era, and so it ended up getting hit because of that, because FTK funny, haha. Yeah, Kieran. Yeah, 2019. During either player's turn, you can target a Pendulum monster in your monster zone, and a monster your opponent controls return them to the hand. Kieran's fine. Oh hell nah. Might have to mute you, Arbiter. Striker Dragon, hell nah. Yeah, I think Kieran... I mean, it's been years, right? Kieran's fine. Like, I feel like there's no real reason for Kieran to stay. Maybe limited or something, I don't know. Pen best deck, whatever. I feel like it's probably one of the least problematic pen cards on the ban list. It's just an extra disruption. Boo-hoo. Alright. And now, for the real treat. Release the Piece 2022. Do it. Release the Piece 2022. Masterpiece is fine. Masterpiece can come off the list. He's fine, and I will cage fight anyone that disagrees. But he's splashable. No one cares. No one's going to run a Diagram Masterpiece engine outside of Draco. And Draco itself would still be mediocre with 1 Diagram. Keep Diagram to 1, but bring back Masterpiece. Alright, cool. We good? We good. Lamau. Maxi, no. No discussion. Moving on. O-Lion, if Auroradon gets banned. Mind Master, I always forget. Mind Master. You can pay 800 life points and tribute a sidekick to special... Okay, no, probably not. That does not look like a cool card with 3 Itelli. So, moving on. Harp. Free Harp. Seriously, I'm so mad it didn't come back like the last few lists. Harp is so fine. Harp could come to 12, and Orchist would still break and lose. Like, Orchist is not a problem without Mermaid, in my opinion. Like, I feel like anything, like, how many things are on here because of Orchist, right? You want to see me link spam Mindmaster pissing noises? Yeah, there's only a couple things on the list, if that, because of, Orchist, right? Like, I feel like most, if not all of the things on the list because of Orchist, except for Mermaid, can come back, and the deck would be fine. The biggest problem with Orchist was the fact that, like, it's basically the DPE, Dragoon, whatever Verte shit. Like, now it's like, oh no, my combo fell through. Anyways, I guess I'll just play Orchist shenanigans and just full Orchist combo off of that. And so, Harp is perfectly fine. I've been testing with 1 Harp, actually, on EDO. It turns Gearsu into a 1-card Mermaid combo, right? Except it's like a million times more susceptible to hand traps and just fragile, period. And also the deck is still pretty bricky. So yeah, I feel like Harp to 1 wouldn't be a problem at all. The deck still suffers from bricking. Yeah, literally, if you're playing any deck, like, because currently people are like, oh, Brave Engine, DPE, Dragoon, and stuff, they make any deck, any rogue deck viable. That's literally what Mermaid was. Like, you could play any rogue deck and slap Mermaid in there, and your deck was suddenly like tier 2. And so, like, because I'm thinking, yeah, Raid Raptor. So my friend, before Y-Strix came out, because Y-Strix was revealed almost as long as Hulk was, if not as long as Hulk was, and it took just about as long to come out. Before Y-Strix came out, he wanted to play Raid Raptor, and so he slapped Mermaid in there and some Orcus shit, and it was really good because it had Orcus shit. And so, yeah, Mermaid can't come back, but Harp totally can. Performage Plushfire. What did Plushfire do again? Everyone knows what Monkey did, and Monkey can't come back. What a Plush do? You can control it, you can special on this card and then take 500 damage. This card of the field is destroyed by battle card effect. You can special in the from your hand or deck except Plushfire. Chat. Can Performage Plushfire come back? Can it come back? I'm trying to think. Because it says, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special the Performance from your hand or deck except Plushfire. And then in Pen Scale, it's a scale 5. If Performance monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special it from your pen zone, then take 500 damage. Nah, bro, for real. Like, Monkey cannot come back. It's like one of the main pen cards that can never come back. But I think Plushfire, without Monkey board, I think Plushfire can come to 1. Now, any pen player or someone that has like knows exactly what it can do now can feel free to prove me wrong. I'm not against it. I can be definitely talked into it otherwise. But I think Plushfire can come to 1 and be fine. I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on that because I haven't seen exactly what it can do in modern day. I know it was like terrifying in Pepe format, but that was like what, 5 years ago? I don't know. Anyways, Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis. As much as I love Plant.deck, FTKs are not fun unless, you know, it's one that I come up with. Moving on. Redox Dragon Ruler Boulders. This is the only Dragon Ruler that I'm iffy on putting to 1. I feel like putting Redox to 1 is the only one that leads to any sort of problems. And so I'm going to say no for now, because I feel like certain decks would be able to abuse it. Oh, speaking of FTKs, by the way, the only FTK you should be looking at is my Sleeper Sunday for Flower Cardian, in which I showcase that the deck can FTK because it's funny. Anyways, Samsara Lotus. This was hit because of Firewall FTK, right? I remember everyone was confused at first because of this card. During your end phase, if you control no spell or trap cards, you can special this card from your graveyard and face up attack position. Its controller takes 1,000 damage during each of their standby phases. Moki Moki? There's a Moki Moki FTK? There's a Moki Moki FTK? And I was not informed? Are you kidding me? I have to look at this. Moki Moki Athena FTK. Infinite Burn Loop. Huh. Interesting. I might have to look at that later. That's funny. New Sleeper Sunday video. But yeah, where was I at? Samsara Lotus. Maybe without Firewall, it can come back. I don't know exactly what it would be able to spawn. Because it is a summon from Grave, but it's during the end phase, so... I don't know. Maybe Samsara Lotus can come back. I just have to see exactly what it could still do. Someone had to show me. Spiral Master Plan, no. Moving on. Substitute. Lotus can't. Huh. Yeah, like I said, I'd have to see. I don't know. It's one of those things where I can definitely be talked out of it. It wasn't because of that? No, I swear Samsara Lotus was because of Firewall FTK. Also, thank you for joining the stream, Zendorum. You can look it up because Dual Logs explained it really well. Samsara Lotus FTK. Titanial Princess of Camellias. When a card or effect is activated, blah, blah. Samsara, Lotus, FTK. Let me look at a clip real quick. It was banned in TCG before the FTK. I mean, so was Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis, but... Trickstar Black Catbat Burn. What? What? That's crazy. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so I knew it would have something to do with Bomber Dragon. So it's Bomber Dragon, Cerberus, and Trickstar Black Catbat. How did I know it'd be something with Bomber Dragon? That's hilarious. How do you feel about Zen Mighty to 3 and Hunter to 0 instead of how we have it now, which is the inverse of that? So the thing is with wind-ups, let's skip ahead a little bit. The thing is with wind-ups is that it's been proven that wind-up hand loop is, like, so unviable nowadays. Like, it'd be perfectly fine for Zen Mighty to come back, even with Hunter, because so many Yugi tubers and other, like Yugi streamers, right, other content creators, have done tournaments, you know, with Banlist stuff, right? And they've tried wind-up FTK, and it always failed. It was just so bad. I think it's just too inconsistent now and stuff. And also considering the fact that hand traps exist. Because, what, the only hand trap back then was, like, what? Effect Veiler? Maybe DD Crow? And I don't think DD Crow had anything to do with it, but, like, I feel like it's perfectly fine now. I think that wind-ups can get their Zen Mighty back and nothing would really matter. Because, I mean, water can hand loop for, like, 4, right? And you don't see any water cards getting hit because it's super... Well, I wouldn't say super inconsistent, right? It's a bit inconsistent, but it's not, like, bricky or anything. It's the fact that it's super fragile, right? Though I agree, we don't want the casual game to become cancer either. An example of how it always fails in the tournament setting is Dragoon Predaplant, due to it failing too much in that setting, but it's a play gun casual play. I mean, the thing is with casual play is that you can just ban whatever you want. I mean, if you're playing with your friends, you can just decide whatever's legal to use, whatever's not legal to use. That's why I don't like the argument that people say against cards being banned, right? Where it's like, so I was talking about earlier in the stream and on Twitter a lot. Basically, yeah, but for example, Dueling Book and EDO Pro. I mean, oh, locals, yeah, no one, like, honestly, locals, my locals are super competitive, and a lot of people also have super competitive locals, and so I feel like locals, it wouldn't be that big of a problem either, but a lot of people like to tell me that, oh, X card can't get hit because it would hurt, like, the deck that it was made for, right? But the thing is, sucks to suck. It's like, I love Gem Knights, right? But I understand that Brilliant Fusion had to get hit as long as Seraphnet exists. Right? So no one plays Samorg, right? But the people that do play Samorg, it's like, yeah, Samorg got hit, but whatever, right? Pure Guard Dragon players, oh no, you got your Guard Dragon stuff hit. But all of these decks, like, all of these decks get hit, but they're all bad. Or let's say they're individual cards, right, that are really good, but the decks themselves are bad. But the thing, it's like, very few people are playing these decks, and the people that are playing on a very, very casual level, to the point where if you're playing that casually, along amongst your friend group, then you can just make whatever ban list you want, right? We shouldn't kneecap a deck either if we can help it. But the thing is, 90% of the time, we can't help it. Like, that's what I'm saying about these cards. X can't get hit because it hurts the deck. Me looking at Brilliant Fusion because... Yeah, dude, literally! I was playing Fluffle back during Eternal format, like, during the beginning, right? And I heard... so I was actually starting to shift slowly over to Shaddoll Dino. And I heard, El Shaddoll Construct to 1. I was like, yes! We were in the middle of locals, right? When we were announcing it. And I was like, yes, let's go, El Shaddoll Construct to 1! And then it was Brilliant Fusion to 1, and I was like, what? So yeah, that was really funny. Yeah, see, exactly. It hits Gem Knights hard, but we can't help it. That's the thing. It's like, the thing is with Auroradon, A, Mecha Phantom Beast is so bad that I don't even think they can summon Auroradon on their own. And B, like, who cares? It's like, Auroradon is such a stupid card that I think it's fine to get hit. Like, it's also with, like, Phantom Knights, right? Back when Rusty was, like, super oppressive, which I still think it's kind of a silly card, and I have no idea why it came back. But back when Rusty was super oppressive, it got hit. Oh no, poor Phantom Knight players, all 5 of you that exist, but it had to go because it was affecting the meta game. It's like Predaplant players. If Verte got banned, I mean, personally, I play Predaplants, and half the time we don't even need Verte, but, you know, it's whatever. Example of banning the wrong thing is banning Destruction Sword instead of Union Carrier. I guess, I feel like even though Union Carrier was the right hit there, I still feel like Destruction Sword was a bit of a silly card. Like, it's still silly. It's like Dragon Link, like with LP, Dragon Link could literally just fucking floodgate an entire mechanic. Like, I played Dragon Link Destruction Sword Lock, and it was hilarious. It's a silly card, but it's deck restricted. No, like I said, like, Dragon Link literally was able to just abuse it. Mecha Phantom Beast is so bad that their main playmaker got hit. Yeah, bro, seriously. It's like these Mecha Phantom Beast cards got hit, but it's like, who cares? No one plays Mecha Phantom Beast. Make the same argument against Sylvan Charity? I've literally never heard of a deck playing Sylvan Charity. Draw 3 cards, and if you have a Sylvan card in your hand, reveal 2 cards from your hand, including at least 1 Sylvan card. Then place them on top of the deck in any order. Otherwise, reveal your entire hand, place them on top of the deck in any order. Nah, I disagree. I feel like I've literally never seen anybody play Sylvan Charity, so I don't know. I have to see something, but like I've never heard of that card in my entire life, so yeah, it can be silly in its own deck, but like I said, the thing is, it's like no one's playing Sylvan Charity outside of Sylvan. People were playing Destruction Sword outside of you know, the Buster Blader stuff. I still think Buster Blader is kind of silly, considering that like one card is like an entire lock. I don't know, but whatever. Speaking of, I just realized we've been talking about like a bunch of other things, and I totally forgot we were ending off on Substitute. I don't even know who you are. I've been playing Sylvans because funny Singer Climb. Yeah, honestly, plants are super fun. Like, any sort of plant deck is really fun. Have you been testing out the new Sylvan card? I totally forgot Sylvan's got like a Link monster, right? You can use Buster Dragon and Alba Renitus. Oh yeah, Alba Renitus is the that's the new Albaz thing that contact fuses with dragons, right? This card's funny. Yeah, I remember the Sylvan Link came out during that really big wave of new support cards for things like the Insector stuff and the Weather Painter stuff. Use Buster Dragon to turn all your opponent's monsters into dragons. Oh, and then you contact... Oh, that's so dirty. Oh, you monster. I love that. Ugh, painful. Oh, that's awesome. That's like turning everything to dark and then super polying into, like, Trify Overtum. Oh, I love that so much. Oh yeah, speaking of which, during that entire support wave, the fact that Insectors were the winners of the Creator card, but Weather Painters got support anyway, is making me super hopeful that Mermails are gonna get, support. And I would love to see literally any Rhoda spell for the level 7 or highers. I don't care if it's a normal spell, or a field spell, or anything like that. But I just want a Rhoda for the level 7s. I'm tired of not drawing Teus. And the fact that Abyssalacia only searches during the opponent's turn is so infuriating. Dude, Gradle support would be awesome. Wait, Ghost Rick wasn't part of the, Create a Card. Ghost Rick, I don't remember it being part of the Create a Card. Also, I know all about Ghost Rick, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, by the way, I make, like, a bunch of Ghost Rick stuff on my channel. I'm kind of like the Ghost Rick guy now, I guess. And so, like, I have a Master Duel video, and I have a Sleeper Sunday, which is really cool. Nah, I wish it was. Yeah, no, what was the Creator card? The Creator card was... Let me open the image real quick. The create a card was the Weather, Gradle, Dynamist, Lightsworn, Valkyrie, Inzector, Sylvan, Cyber Angel, Fire King, X-Saber, Fortune Lady. I think they ended up getting new support anyway. So whatever. Hazy Flame, Mermail, Photon, TG, and Frog. Pac-Man. Is this some sort of pile deck? I swear, bro. Yo, what's good, SFR? Thank you for following. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't like pile decks except for Lightsworn. It was a deck back when Ghost Tricks didn't have full support. Oh, dear God. What did it do? You're talking about ban cards and why they can come back 5 minutes later. Give Gradle support, you bastards. Yo, Adaemancipator emotes? Those are so fire. I love those. That's adorable. Also, Adaemancipator, awesome. I love that deck. Yeah, Banlist talk anyways, but create a card. Dude, I would love to see support for, like, almost all of these. Like, the Weather got some really fire support. I'm really happy for Weather Painter players. Gradle would be awesome to see support. Can you use Ice Jade with Gradle? Probably, I don't know. There's very, like, little actual generic Aqua support. Look up Malefic Pac-Man, September 2013. By Yu-Gi-Oh! For real, man. What the hell? Oh my god. You have a few Gradle decks? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different ways to play Gradle. You can play Kaiju Gradle, you can play Relinquish Gradle. Could you play Crusadia Gradle? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Skill Drain Gradle. Ooh, that sounds pretty fire. It's probably just Unga Boonga Beatdown, right? But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of builds for Ghost Trick too. That's why I have a few. I have a few in general, but I've only showcased a couple on my channel. You should totally check out my Sleeper Sunday if you haven't. Unga Boonga, take your monster. Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, but Sleeper Sunday is a series that I've been working like super hard on. Episode 2 just went up today. We just did Flower Guardians, and we did last month Ghost Trick. Every month for one Sunday, I upload a video where I go over a really fun hidden sleeper deck. A build for it, what all the cards do, when the deck came out, a little bit of a synopsis over the deck, the strengths, the weaknesses, some replays, and what can be done to make the deck better, as well as a general rating. Wow, there's a lot. Unga Boonga Bibbidi Boobidi, your bitch is now my property. That's funny. Yeah, straying away from the ban list. I know we were supposed to be talking about the ban list, but I would love to see support for, like, all of these. Except for, like, Valkyrie. Fuck Valkyrie. But yeah, Dynamist would be cool to see some support. Lightsworn, as long as it's Chaos related, I would love to see some Lightsworn support. Inzector got their stuff. Sylvan got their Link Monster. Cyber Angel, I don't know. What's your opinion on hitting App Colonia to 0? No. App Colonia is fine. I feel like the real problem was Nadir Servant, and hitting it to 2 kind of hurt it. It is kind of annoying to, like, see it sometimes now, because it hit the consistency a little bit. But Nadir is the problem. App Colonia is, like, completely fine. Dynamist need a Megazord, because that would be really funny to see them go from single monsters to giant fuck-off Megazord. No, we have enough Megazord decks, bro. We got Dinomorphio, we got, what are they called? We got Super Quants. We don't need any more Megazords. But yeah, Cyber Angel, as long as it can't be abused in other ritual decks, then yeah. I would love to see some Fire King support. Barong was like their last piece of support, and that's it. Fire King is such a cool deck. X-Saber is really fun. I remember seeing X-Saber Gotems being used in like some hand loop FTKs. That was kind of cool. You know what I'd like to see hit, even if it doesn't matter? Yeah, X-Sabers are really cool, especially Gotems. It's like one of my favorite level 9 synchros. Royal Magical Library, Cannon Soldier, and Friends, yeah. So, I haven't seen any, like, really good Royal Magical Library FTKs in a while. But Cannon Soldier can be used in some niche decks, but the problem with those niche decks is that they're really bad. Like, so Six Samurai, for example, right? I have, like, multiple different FTKs with Six Sam. Like, I can do the World FTK with Six Sam. I can do Cannon Soldier Burn FTK with Six Sam. I'm thinking of actually putting it on Sleeper Sunday because it's really fun. But they're so easy to hit, and they're a bit bricky in terms of garnets and everything, And it really just comes down to being Saryuja Turbo. And so I don't think that they're that big of a problem. Like, FTK shouldn't really exist, but I feel like as long as they're super inconsistent, like Gem Knight, Flower Cardian, Six Samurai, I feel like they can stay around because they are a win condition, quote-unquote. So, I don't know. You still want anyone finding something out? Considering the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that don't have lives, I think people would have found out something super stupid by now. I don't know. But yeah, Fortune Ladies, I never really liked. I never really cared. Hazy Flame, I don't think, unless you give them like 2 whole waves of support, I don't think there's any saving this deck. It's all normal summons and it's just painful. Mermail needs Aurora. If Mermail got Aurora and then Title came back to 1, this deck would actually be like Rogue. Like, because Small World just came out, right? And someone in my comments, because I have like a super in-depth, like 45-minute Mermail Atlantean deck profile on my channel from last year, that it still holds up, actually. The only difference is that now you can play Baronet. But someone in my comments said, yeah, Small World makes this deck a lot more consistent, because it did suffer from some bad hands, right? But Small World makes it, like, super silly, because, like, it makes, like, a third of your hands that are bricks, like, completely playable. And then it makes, like, another third of those full combo. And so I feel like just Aurora for Teus would make full combo a lot more accessible. And so I feel like that'd be amazing. I feel like the deck would actually be, like, good in the top tier. Photon got, like, a bunch of shit. Galaxy Eyes is always getting shit. Who cares? TG. Didn't TG get something? I don't know if they did. I don't really care. And then Frog would love it. Would you be okay with Glow Bulb? Okay, so, you showed up after we discussed this, right? But I was talking about how, basically, all of the tuners, except for the non-once per turn stuff, like Level Eater, because wait, is Level Eater a tuner either? I don't know. But, like, all of the tuners that are banned from, because of Hulk stuff, you can either come back immediately, or can come back if, Auroradon was banned. Now going to wonder, this card can only be used as material for a Synchro or Tribute summon. So yeah, honestly, I feel like that wouldn't even be necessary, right? Because Auroradon is the only thing that makes Hulk, like, playable in top-tier decks. Like, genuinely, name a current top-tier deck that's using Hulk that doesn't use Auroradon shit, or, like, fall back on Auroradon combo, or that has in the past, that doesn't currently have a card ban like Link Cross. Because Auroradon is the problem card. Like, let's see. I don't remember Gofu exactly. I think Gofu could come back now and be fine. Or not Gofu, I'm sorry. Definitely not Gofu. I mean Steam. So sorry. Gofu can never come back. But yeah, what was I talking about? Okay, how do you feel about this being added on? How this card's summon you cannot summon in front of except Synchro monsters or face a penalty monster? No. Hulk is perfectly fine as is. Like, Hulk is not a problem. Like, the thing is, half the tuners are banned, right? Because they're machines and climb into Auroradon, or because they were hit in a time where Link Cross was legal, or a one-card Link 4 was a problem. Now it's not a problem, especially if it's only off of, like, 2 monsters. Oh, you gotta Tunegate Appaloosa. What the fuck else are you gonna do, right? But Jet Synchron. Yeah, Global can come back now. No one would care. Jet Synchron. Hit because Auroradon exists. A lot of them were banned before Aurora during Link Cross. Auroradon came out with Hulk. Auroradon came out with Hulk. Yeah, Auroradon, Link Cross... Actually, no, Link Cross came out in Eternity Code, my bad. Auroradon... Like, literally, there's so many Dual Devastator... Oh my god. Or not Dual Devastator, Dual Overload. There are so many problematic Dual Overload cards, it's not even funny. Because let's see. Oh my god, there is a lot of support cards in here. Let's see. Let's look at all the problematic or really strong cards from Dual Overload. Hulk. I'd say Gilgamesh is strong, but it's not problematic. Weistrix can be problematic, but it's not really a problem. Union Carrier. Samorg. I'd say Selene is really powerful, but actually, I won't count it as problematic. Wait, Rose Dragons have a fucking Link monster? That's crazy. Auroradon. Dagda. Verte. So we're at 6. Um... Going down, going down, going down. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, find all of them because this is, like, organized really weird. Why was fucking Fuma reprinted? Wait, did Lambda come out in this set? I think Lambda came out in this set, but I wouldn't count that problematic. It's just generic. But yeah, so if we're not just counting strong ones, if we're only counting problematic or, like, super broken ones, there's 6 just from Dual Overload. Dual Overload was such a stupid set. Like, it's really good, don't get me wrong, but, like, it's such a stupid set for, like, good cards. It's when a new mechanic comes out, they do a mega set with a ton of problematic cards. This happened with Xyz and Pendulum Synchro, they didn't. Dual Overload came out, like, what, like 3 years? Or, like, no, like 2 years after Lynx came out. And so, I don't know. It's just because, a lot of them were just imports from the Link Rain sets that the OCG got, but we didn't get. We got ours, like, slowly drip, fed to us, through different sets, such as, Raid Raptor, or not Raid Raptor Y6, that was in Dual Overload. But a lot of them were, like, drip fed to us, and so they eventually decided to just import all of the rest of them with whatever. Fucking Discord, I don't care. So yeah, but anyways, I know I already did this earlier, but TLDR, Auroradon is the problem, Hulk is not. All of the tuners can come back if Auroradon's gone. But yeah, anyways, where do we leave? Oh yeah, Substitute. Top cards maybe go from 3 to 0. How would you feel about Morphing Jar? Morphing Jar? But Morphing Jar isn't a problem, though. In fact, I feel like Morphing Jar helps you more than anything because it gives you graveyard setup, and most decks like graveyard setup. Yeah, it's at 1. Oh, 2-3. No, because your original thing said go 2-3 from 0. My bad. Okay. Cyber Jar to 1, a Morphing Jar to 3. Oh, hell no. No Cyber Jar. Cyber Jar bad. But no, what's good, Tommy? Thank you for joining. Cyber Jar never. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Morphing Jar could come to 3. Yeah, totally. Sorry, that's not what I thought you said. I thought it said, I thought it was already at 3 and you're saying to 0, and I'm like, it's not a problem. But yeah, so Substitute. I think Substitute's fine. Without Mass Driver, you really couldn't do anything. Oh, hell no. No Fiber Jar. I would rather see Cyber Jar than Fiber Jar. Yeah, because Fiber Jar not only is infinitely, like, extension for events and stuff, but it also just completely resets the game state, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, Substitute I think is fine, because it's not a once per turn, but without Mass Driver, then I don't think it's a problem at all. Tyrant Neptune, Jesus Christ. So I love Lyrilusk, right? But Jesus Christ, can we please just ban Independent Nightingale? Like, okay, granted, Independent Nightingale sees more play due to it being what it is compared to Tyrant Neptune. Literally nothing else would play Tyrant Neptune. And so I feel like it's not a problem to have Tyrant Neptune on the list. Nobody cares. It does, but not vanish. You can meme with certain decks. No, I don't think it's okay. Yeah, so I feel like Tyrant Neptune, it's not missed or anything, but the amount of things, it's like so silly. Servant to 3? No, I don't think Servant can come to 3. Like, so yeah, Kieran to 1, we already discussed this earlier. I feel like Kieran can come to 1, no problem. But I feel like Servant is one of those pen cards that needs to stay on the list, because I totally forgot what it did, by the way, until I was playing against Pendulum on Master Duel, and then I realized, wow, this card is stupid. It needs to stay at 1, because I was saying it could come to 3 before, and then I realized, no thank you, or I said it could come to 2 at least on my last Banlist prediction. I was like, no thank you. Thoughts on Max C? 0. Down the Boiler Loomer hell. Straight to hell. But yeah, so Tyrant Neptune, it's not really missed, but I don't know. Tidal can come to 1 just fine. The only deck that would use it is Mermail, and it serves literally as, like, a last resort card if you have Dragoons, because then you can get Diva, and that's about it. Victory Dragon can stay banned. It causes unfun game states. Yatagarasu. So, Yatagarasu can... I don't know, it's a bit weird because there would definitely be a deck that would try to abuse it. Frogs can use Tidal as an extender. Oh no! Dumping Ronin Toten! Ah! The end of the world! Yeah, no, they already have Swap Frog. They're chilling. They don't... Like, Tidal isn't even that big of a boost for them. But yeah, Yatagarasu, I feel like there's decks that would be able to abuse it. Blaster can come back. Yeah, we discussed this. I feel like Redux is the only one that I'm iffy on coming back. All of the Dragon Rollers can come back to 1. They're perfectly fine. But yeah, Yatagarasu is, like, kind of iffy, because I don't know if something could abuse it, because something could find a way to, because not being able to draw for turn unless you're playing, like, Flower Guardians is not fun. And so, I don't know. I just really don't like the idea of people being able to abuse it. Norden... Okay, hear me out. 1 instant fusion. Maybe Norden can come back. Yeah, we already decided Harp can come back. Harp could come back to 12 and Orcus would still be fine. I don't think we should ever have more than 2 Dragon Rulers active because they can piggyback off of each other. Max C with a Nibiru summon limit before it can be played. Okay, so who tweeted this again? I don't know. I know a YouTuber or something like that tweeted Max C can only trigger off of like 5 summons or something. I still don't like that because then it's either like completely dead or it's just like eh. Yeah, we also discussed this. Plushfire can totally come back unless someone proves me otherwise, but Monkey can never come back. Yeah, Norden can't. I don't know. Probably not. I was just being silly. Yeah, I feel like all but Redox can come back. Because the thing is, if you bring back all of them, I still don't even think Dragon Link would play them. I don't know. Maxi should just lock you out of deck search on your next turn and no battle phase on your next turn if they want it back, let you set up it. I just feel like, Aurora cards should only be used for, like, once per turn restrictions. Or something that was, like, literally completely broken. Oh, that's just Lockbird. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, Maxi is just one of those cards that should just stay gone. I don't know. No. Banned. Banning you from chat. No Colossus. Hell no. Especially not with Snow. Hell no. Blocked, reported, banned, completely muted forever. No Colossus. I'm sorry, Tatsum. I love you, dude, but no. Never. God, I hate that card so much. Let's see. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. I have played against this in Master Duel. No. Absolutely not. Stay gone. I want to play Tri Brigade for hire. Bruh, for hire literally is just nerf the Tri Brigade. Why was Reasoning and Monster Gate put to 1? Reasoning was put to 1 a long time ago because it's just a free deck mill plus a special summon that didn't require a tribute like Monster Gate did, which is why Monster Gate was put to 3. Monster Gate was put to 1 because of Machina Ruin Force FTK featuring Outstanding Dog Mary. Basically, Outstanding Dog Mary was allowing Machina Ruin Force to be played. Maxi, but you can't activate any effects after activation. No. I just said no eroding. No eroding, Maxi, just keep it banned. Who cares? Keep it banned. Fuck off. So basically, oh, we're getting a lot of viewers now. I didn't expect this many. Okay, what was I talking about? I literally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Monster Gate. I'm so sorry, Monster Gate. Monster Gate was hit because of Machina Ruin Force FTK, which was basically just a million level 12, or like level 10 or higher, machines. You would just infinitely spam the board with like the Machinas and stuff, and then you'd end up like burning or something to death. I don't know. Yeah, you'd burn with Gustav Max to death per game. So yeah. Danglong. Ugh. See, okay. Honestly, until Sword Soul was a thing, I was so adamant on Danglong coming back. I wanted Danglong to come back for so long because it wouldn't do anything, especially with VFD gone. But with Sword Soul around, we can't have nice things, right? Because Danglong just gives them their full combo end board plus a Omni Negate counter trap. And so we can't have nice things like that. Zen Mighty to 3 and Hunter to 0. We actually discussed this due to Zandorum asking about that. Zen Mighty could come back to 3 even without Hunter. Because we've gotten proof from YugiTuber tournaments that wind-up hand loop just does not work, or if it does work, it's super inconsistent and super fragile, and so, yeah. Yeah, dude, poor Infernoid players. I've actually tried Infernoid even with 3 Monster Negate, or 3 Monster Gate, and yeah, it's kind of bad regardless, so I don't know. Without Grass, I feel like Infernoid just doesn't really do too much. So let's see. Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fire to 2, then to 3 if it does nothing. Okay. I don't think you were here when we were discussing this, right? Guys, stop asking me things. I can only get to so many things at once. Okay. So I would love Dynamite to 2 and then 3. Especially if it also came off with Diagram. Because True Draco would still only be kind of a rogue, maybe tier 2 deck, right? But I don't think they can come back if we do what I said earlier. Release the piece 2022. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Leave Diagram to 1. Hell, even leave Dynamite to 1. But release the piece 2022. It would not be a plague. It's not that splashable. People are like, oh, it's going to be splashed in other decks. Nobody is going to play Masterpiece in other decks reliably. Doesn't matter if it's not splashable. No, like, a plague like Dragoon means that it can be used in, like, other decks. I will constantly see it. That sounds a whole lot like not my problem. Dude, release the piece. He's perfectly fine. I love him. He's such a good boy. He's so fine. I don't want to have to run Kaijus in every deck. No, because the thing, he's not going to be immune to, like, everything, right? He's always going to be vulnerable to one type of removal. And most of the time, it's going to be monster removal. Or like, something like that. Because, let's see. If he's prone to spell removal, god, there's so many spell removal things, it's insane. Like, weak to traps. Have you read Imperm? Imperm is a card. Oh yeah, spells, by the way, Forbidden Chalice and stuff like that. Dark Ruler, Droplet, things like that. And then Monster, literally everything under the sun would out Masterpiece if he's vulnerable to Monster. Also, don't you dare say that nobody uses traps. I'm building Dinomorphia right now. That deck is so much fucking fun. I love it so much. I feel like it's more impressive than fucking True Draco with Masterpiece. So yeah. Either Dynamite to 3 and Diagram to 3, or Masterpiece to 1. One of the two, I feel like it's perfectly fine. I play Crawlers. Ew! I have, like, Crawler PTSD because I was playing, God, what was I playing on stream? I was playing Predaplants on stream, and I ran into Crawlers, and it was so annoying because they were spamming, like, Morphing Jar number 2 and stuff. I wanted to cry because I couldn't affect their face down. Would love Level Eater return, but has to have Aurora for it only to be used for Synchro. Links just made it too free. I feel like Level Eater would be fine if it was once per turn, maybe? Because Level Eater's not once per turn, right? Yeah. Give you statues, Lord of Heavenly Prison Gear. So you're disgusting. Ugh. Don't they just have, like, cards that float into 2 more from deck? That's kind of cool. I feel like it's, like, the weakest of the flip decks, though. But anyways, let's continue going on to the list normally, because I've already passed, like, way too far from all your guys' suggestions. I know, I promise I'll get to them. I promise I will. But Agripane, no. Agripane! Yeah, no, Agripane can't come back. LP, no. I don't like LP. Infernity Archfiend to 3. Yeah, no, Infernity's fine. I feel like Archfiend is cool. Morphing Jar 2 and Ghost Tricks. I'm like the only Ghost Trick player on the planet that doesn't play the Morphing Jars, or Morphing Jar number 2 in Ghost Trick. I actually prefer to play a more pure build of Ghost Trick, and so I don't really play it. But I know a lot of people else are on it right now. You love Ghost Tricks? Like I said, I have a lot of Ghost Trick content on my channel. I reviewed the newest support. I have my Sleeper Sunday. I have my highest viewed video on my channel is my Master Duel video on them. It's at like 19,500 views right now. It's crazy. Brilliant Fusion. Okay. So I actually asked this in a poll on my community tab, and almost everyone unanimously agreed Brilliant Fusion can come back even with Gem Knight FTK running around as long as Seraphinite got banned. Because the problem is, like, Seraphinite being used, right? Because any deck that dumps a light from grave is going to benefit from Brilliant Fusion, and they're going to play the Seraphinite, and it's going to be really obnoxious. As much as I know they could be good with Zeus, I really love trying to stay pure. Oh no, I play Zeus. I play Zeus for sure. I play like some generic extra deck stuff, but I also play like 3 of every thing except for like Soki Boss. But yeah, I like to play the deck pure in terms of like the main deck other than like hand traps. I play like 3 Ash, and then I play like a bunch of purple cards and stuff. Yeah, Brilliant Fusion is perfectly fine even with Gem Knight FTK, as long as Seraph Knight is gone, because then it loses literally all of its generic access outside of Thunder Dragon. Because, I mean, they can summon Prismara, but whatever. It's like, they don't have Colossus, they're fine. Yeah, Seraph made it too free, Gem Knights don't even use it. Okay, that's a lie. Gem Knight FTK loves that card. I play Gem Knight FTK. I would love to see Brilliant Fusion come back for that. But I feel like Seraph Knight getting banned could totally bring Brilliant Fusion back. If not to 3, then to 1. Because people were like, oh, Brilliant Fusion can't come back, mainly just because we need the newer system Master Duel. Like, I don't feel... On one hand, I like I don't want Master Duel to just be the same old cards, but on the other hand, I like not having DPE. So, I don't know. Yeah, so people were like, oh yeah, Brilliant Fusion can't come back because of the Predaplant engine, right? And so, but without Seraph Knight, no one's gonna want it. What do you normal summon with gems? I guess Armadillo. No. You don't summon Seraphonite. You summon Lady Lapis Lazuli or Master Diamond. Or hell, even probably Lady Brilliant Diamond or whatever. Because she summons things for free. You don't summon Seraphonite. No one cares about Seraphonite and Gem Knights. You don't even play that shit in the FTK. All you care about is FTK spam. No one plays Armadillo. Your best normal summons like Rescue Rabbit so you can summon Gallant Granite for Researcher. Yeah. No one really cares about Seraphonite and Gem Knights. That's why I wouldn't mind seeing it banned. And most Gem Knight players, unless they play like the OTK build, would also not mind seeing it banned. Also because you can... Oh, I said it's not used in gems. What do you mean? Seraph made it too free. Gems don't even... Okay, I thought you meant a Brilliant Fusion. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Gem Knights don't use Brilliant Fusion, and I was prepared to, like, rant for a whole hour. Yeah, no, Seraph, yeah, nobody cares about Seraph and Gem Knight. That card's bad. But, like, every other deck that used Brilliant Fusion used it for Seraphonite, including Thunder, because Thunder not only used it for Prismara and stuff if they wanted to, but they also used it for Seraphonite so they could dump Snow. Moving on. So where were we? Electromite. If Beyond the Pendulum wasn't a thing, and Astrograph didn't just come back, I would say Electromite could come back to 1, and nobody would care. I wanted Electromite to come back for, like, the longest time, but now we got Astrograph instead, and we're getting the most broken card ever in the form of Beyond the Pendulum, which actually I do feel like has a fair restriction, and so I feel like it's actually not that broken. But I don't feel like all 3 of those especially, and even just Beyond the Pendulum and Electromite, but all 3 of them especially, I don't think they can exist in the same format. That would be stupid. And everyone would be on, like, 3 anti-spell. And so, Electromite, I'm sorry, buddy. I love you so much, but she can't come back. At least right now. Ooh, new comment on the channel. Let's see. Ah, it's someone on my my Mermail deck profile. I told them, because they were the one that told me that that Small World was really good in water, and I hadn't tested it before because I never really like cared. And so I came back like 5 days later to tell him, yeah, it actually is really good. Thank you for telling me. And now he's sending me more stuff. But yeah, so Electromite, I'm sorry, hun. You gotta stay gone. I'm at 5 viewers now. I think I lost a viewer by saying Electromite can't come back. Can I come back for a bit and then go back? So like no, I don't think it can, because the thing is, it's like, what? Let me go to Beyond the Pendulum. Doodle-doo. 2 effect monsters. Oh my god, that's even more broken. Okay, so I thought it required 2 pendulums, but it's 2 effect monsters, including a pendulum. So basically, you could go into Electromite first, do its stuff, including with Astrograph in hand. Then you can go into Beyond the Pendulum either using the Electromite or without the Electromite, which gets you free Appaloosa, by the way, afterwards, and then get more advantage, and you could basically set up the most stupid board ever. I'm sorry, but I don't think that with, like, Beyond the Pendulum and Astrograph, it can come back. In fact, maybe like, the thing is with Electromite is that Electromite or Astrograph is the case. Both of them are, like, they're not mutually exclusive, right? You can only have one. I'm sorry, I think they are mutually exclusive. You can only have one. You can't have both. Especially not with Beyond the Pendulum. And so I just don't feel like it'd be good for the game. Nightmare Goblin, no. Mermaid, no. Link Cross, hell no. Yo, Samorg, rip, bro. Honestly, so I was like one of the only Yugi tubers in their ban list predictions that called the Samorg ban and wanted a Samorg ban, and I play Bird Up. Bird Up's my main deck right now, and I've been playing it, and it's awesome. But the fact that they also did the Recital Limit, like, that was such overkill. They quite literally killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and I hated that so much. Yeah, Samorg ban, yeah, this card was silly. I feel like it's fine staying gone. Summon Sork, hell no. Gumblar Dragon, hell no. Literally some of my most hated cards of all time, especially because it's like my most hated deck of all time being Dark Warrior. Time Seal, yeah, Time Seal can come back. Yada probably can't, but Time Seal totally can. Ancient Fairy Dragon. Someone would have to show me otherwise. Otherwise, I think Ancient Fairy Dragon can come back. Like, I don't know. Feel free to prove me wrong, though. I don't know. Denglong we discussed. I would love to see it come back, but with Sword Soul still a thing, I don't think it can. Ib Mommy. I love you, Ib Mommy. She's like my own... I literally... One second. She's like the only card I own that's banned. Other than, you know, like my IO and my Samorg, right? Because I'm just holding on to them, period. But she's like my only card I own that's banned. That is not in my banned section of my trade binder. She is the only one that I keep out of the binder for trade. She's the only one I will not get rid of. I love this card so much. And yet Magical Library is still at 3. What do you mean? I have too many banned cards. Yeah, I have a lot of banned cards, and I have them all in my trade binder because there was this one guy at my locals that used to get banned cards off of people. But yeah, okay. Crap. Trying to wiggle this binder back in. Surprised that never found itself on the ban list just ever. I feel like Royal Magical Library was less the problem and more the cards that were around it. Because, like, Royal Magical Library on its own didn't really do too much. It was the FTK cards around it. And, like, I know it's kind of like a Hulk situation or a Firewall situation. But I feel like it was one of the least problematic. Like, it enabled it all right. But, like, those other cards were kind of ridiculous in their own right. Anyways. Tempest Magician. I don't know. I mean, like, with all the new Pendulum stuff that came back and that's coming soon, I don't know. Tempest Magician, people would probably try to find a way to FTK with it. Tempest Dragon Ruler Storms to 2. Alright. Spirato, I don't know who this person is that you sent to come haggle with me, but Tempest is not coming to 2. Dragon Rulers to no more than 1, okay? We're not getting multiple Tempest. Armed Dragon does not need more things. Okay. Lavolval Chain, no. Lavolval Chain. Such a weird card. Yeah, I know, I'm just being silly because Spirato is known to play Armed Dragon in Link, and, he loves Armed Dragon a lot, and Tempest is, like, super cracked in that deck. As long as Tri-Brigade and Lyrillist get hit appropriately, how would you feel about returning Tenki to 3? Helps a lot of other decks viability-wise. I feel like a lot more decks would rather have Tri-Brigade in their deck as an engine than Tenki at 3. Like, I don't know. So, also, Tenki to 3 doesn't really matter for Lyrillist. It's just for the Tri-Brigade portion. And, yeah, video pause, continue watching. Yeah, I want to continue watching. Wait, did we already go through Hoenn? Or through Johto? We did. Wow. Beast Warrior is built with Tenki in mind. Yeah, but, like, literally, I feel like I feel like as a Beast Warrior player, right? Or even just as a Beast player in general, I would rather have the Tri-Brigade package than 3 Tenki. Especially because the Tenki facilitates the Tri-Brigade stuff. And so the thing is with Tri-Brigade as well, a lot of people don't really understand, but, like, Tri-Brigade isn't really the problem. Yeah, it helps the BBW decks. It really does help. This man just setting fires. Yeah, it really helps BBW decks a lot, don't get me wrong. And it's a pretty good deck on its own, but the archetypes that it's in are, like, 100% more problematic. I love Lyrillist, don't get me wrong, But those cards are silly. The fact that Recital Starling isn't a once per turn, okay, I feel like it could have stayed at 2 or 3. Right, I feel like it would have been fine with Samorg being banned. I don't know. Main Chainburn for 2 years, then moved to Draco after Masterpiece ban. God, you're a monster. But yeah, I feel like Tri-Brigade is fine. Especially because, so after the bird up hits, right? Look at the last events. Tri-Brigade did, like, nothing. It got, like, one top 8 out of 2 regionals, and it was the Melfi build. And then, I don't even know if it got top 8 or top 6, or top 16 even at the YCS. Did it? Let me look at the circle. Because I have a pie chart, right? Because I finally got a pie chart. I confirm that I was at one point the most cancer player. I played CED, Sang, and Yada back in the day. Dude, I didn't start playing competitively until, like, early, or, like, mid-2018, like, right before Soul Fusion. But I played casually for, like, almost my entire life. Literally over double my life. I'm, like, 18. I started playing at, like, 8. No, I wasn't. I was a little kid fucking up locals. Lamau. Let's see. Where is the pie chart? Because I have a pie chart of the YCS tops, right? Let's see. No way. 6, 9, 12. Tri-Brigade didn't even top 32 at the YCS. Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, I feel like, honestly, Tri-Brigade is perfectly fine now. Because the archetypes that were around it were the most problematic things. Lyrilusk has some really silly cards, especially with Samorg also being a thing. And then also, Zodiac is a crime. Like, Zodiac is genuinely just a crime. Like, it should not exist. And so, that being hit was perfectly warranted, in my opinion. I feel like it's like, better than Tri-Brigade as a whole. Yeah, Tri-Brigade's fine. It's like, it's really good, but, like, on its own, it's, like, literally nothing. Appaloosa Double Dragon Lord's Pass is, like, the best end board. Man, you really like Yada, don't you? Be fine with Dryden coming back if Zeus went to 0? Okay, so I feel like Zeus is a really silly card, but I think it's fine. I don't know. Maybe. Also, I feel like Dryden doesn't really have anything to do with Zeus. Dryden's just Dryden. Like, Zeus is mostly fine. It's right over the edge. Yeah, it's kind of at that point where it's like, it seems like a really stupid card, but I feel like it's super helpful to a lot of decks that really need it, because otherwise going second can be a struggle. And so I feel like Zeus, maybe a limit would be warranted, because there are people playing, like, 2 copies. I think we should get another Zeus, but slightly different. It's a bit too easy, and then slap actual Zeus to 0. Hear me out. Trident to 1. Hell, even Barrage to 1. Or about a 0. Zodiac would be fine. Because, like, right now, and even with Trident, it's literally just normal summon Zeus.deck, and that's why it's doing so good in Master Duel, even. Yeah, so honestly, I was talking with this in my most recent deck profile on the channel. It's Drytron with my friend Chris, who's been on the channel since, like, literally the first video. You should totally go check it out. We were talking about this. We were like, what if we got Zeus, like, every high-ranking Greek god, like Poseidon, Hades, and stuff like that, as a different summoning mechanic each that had a powerful effect. Like, Xyz Zeus, Synchro Hades, Fusion Poseidon, something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, they all have powerful effects and could be summoned, like, different ways. Like, I feel like that would be awesome. Because, like, I love generic cards as long as they're not, like, stupid broken engines, like, Adventure and stuff. So, I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool. Let's see. Unlock the Shock 22? No. MX Saber Invoker. I don't think so. I feel like it's a bit too silly. Warrior as a whole is a bit too silly as a thing. Especially with, like, rank 3s and stuff. And so I'm a bit too hesitant to put it back now. So I don't know. Probably not. Galaxy Tomahawk, never. As long as links exist, no. Rongo Bongo, I have PTSD, so no. Dark Matter Dragon, no. Have you noticed that all of these numbers are broken? All of these numbers are able to stay on the list, especially Utopic Zexal. I don't know who thought that Numerons having a 1-card Zexal was okay. As a thought, if the rank up magic was gone, if the rank up launch, Utopic Zexal should never come back. I agree. It's literally one of the most stupid cards in the game. And this coming from someone that likes VFD, yeah. Oh, by the way, VFD, I'm sorry, sweetie. As long as fucking Virtual World exists, no. It sucks. But yeah, Zexal is like one of the cards in the game that is warranted in their hit, and that should never come back. Hey, buddy, I don't want to hear that. I didn't play it in Virtual World. I played it in Dinosaur and Fluffle, okay? So, and that was back before it was, like, broken. Like, Virtual World was the problem. Summoning 2 and backing them up with Chuchi, bro? Hell nah. But yeah, all of the numbers are, like, stupid. But yeah, Tellarknight, Tolmaeus. I don't know. Yeah, dude, Fluffle was so fun with VFD. People didn't realize that, like, any Fluffle plus Patchwork was a free VFD. Granted, you didn't really have anything else other than that, so you'd have to pray you had, like, OTK stuff. But you're playing Fluffle, so, I mean, you're probably gonna have that. Sekka's like to 3? How is that controversial? That's fine. I feel like Sekka's to 3 is so fucking fine, and it's not even a joke. Because the thing is, a lot of decks that played Sekkas that were good, like Thunder Dragon, right? They would much rather just play Chaos Space over Sekkas. Like, Sekkas is good, but it has a restriction that's strong enough that it's perfectly fine to come back, in my opinion. Because let's see. Burning Abyss sucks. Thunder Dragon prefers Chaos Space and Gold Sark and shit. Super heavy Samurais don't exist. Sekkas is so fine. I can't even think of anything that's, like, super good that would play it over anything else. And so, I don't know. I think it's perfectly fine. But yeah, let's see. Tellarknight, Tolmaeus. Serial Spell from back in the day. Serial Spell? I think I've heard of it before. I think I looked at it recently, too. Activate. Oh my god, I own so many copies of this card. Activate only when you activate one of your normal spells. This card, all the cards in your hand at the grave, the effect becomes the same. Oh, that's so funny. That's actually hilarious in Infernity. What? That's so cool. Props for that. Dude, that's awesome. I would love to see that with, like, Sekkas and shit. Let's see. Tolmaeus. Once per chain during the player's turn, you can attach the material special and exceeds that is 1 rank higher than this card, except a number. By using this face-up card you control as material, and you can attach 7 materials to skip your opponent's next turn. During each player's end phase, you can attach a Stellar Knight card from your extra deck to this card as a face-up exceeds material. Okay. I think Tolmaeus can come back. I think overall, it'd be too gimmicky, right? Because the thing is, you know what else does this and is also too gimmicky to see, like, actual good play? The World. Like, I was just talking about the fact that I play 6 Samurai The World for fun on EDO because it can do that. And The World is, like, only good in Surya just spam decks. And I feel like Tolmaeus would have to have such a super gimmicky build that I feel like it'd just be, like, too bad in order to do the turn skip. Most used it for Infinity before. I mean, to be fair, you have to detach 3 materials from it. And if it gets negated, you're stuck with a really bad body on board. And so if you want to commit 3 resources to an Infinity in a rank 4 deck, that's fine by me, honestly. I feel like Infinity is a pretty good card, and I feel like it's fine. Because, I mean, if you want to play Infinity in a non-Cyber Dragon deck, you can just play, like, the really silly Raid Raptor shit. Because you can just Soul Shave into it. Be put to 1 and later 3. I don't think anyone would play more than 1 anyway. Yeah, it's really just a bit outdated. VFD, sorry, sweetie, no. Zen Mighty, we already talked about this. I just realized we've been talking about so much stuff that I haven't even gotten, like, I barely gotten halfway through the fucking band section. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Zen Mighty can come back. You're fine. Broadbolt, no. This is one of the only cards, like, that are BBW flavored, I feel like can literally never come back. This card is stupid. All Archfiend Searchers. Lamau? What's the guy? There's this guy on Twitter that goes by the Archfiend guy, and it's just so funny how much he loves Archfiend. And he just talks about it all the time. He shows off, like, different end boards and stuff. It's really fun. Dryden can come back if Broad Bull gets hit. Or not Broad Bull, I'm sorry, Borbo. It's overall fine. Brilliant Fusion we talked about with Seraphonite gets banned. It can come back perfectly fine, at least to 1. Elma, no. Facilitates too many gimmicky things, especially with things like Royal Magical Library. Card of Safe Return. Isn't that like a stupid just draw 3? Any monster special from the... Oh, hell no. Yeah, no, never. Literally never. Change of Heart. No. If Mind Control is too strong to be at multiple copies, then Change of Heart definitely can't. Chicken Game... I'm a bit too hesitant with things like set rotation, so I don't know. Probably not. Cold Wave... I don't even know how Heat Wave is legal, but with that card's already stupid. Cold Wave is also stupid. And so, no. Chicken Game to 1, Pseudospace to 0. I don't even feel like Pseudospace would be the issue. I feel like it would just be set rotation, period. Because it's just a free draw, and I don't really like that. And it's deck thinning because you're using set rotation. That's like 2 free cards gone from your deck. Especially because you can also play things like Upstart. I don't know. Also because Chicken Game has other effects, and I don't really like it. Let's see. So yeah, Cold Wave, definitely not. I feel like Heat Wave should also be on here. It's really stupid. Confiscation. Isn't that just Boont Gang from hand? Yeah, hell no. Dimension Fusion. Isn't that, like, something that specials banish things back? It's not returned from the different dimension, but I think it's something like that. No, okay. Giant Trunade. Giant Trunade. Chat, can Giant Trunade come back? Like, what abusable things can be done with Giant Trunade? Like, let me know what Giant Trunade would be able to abuse with things like, Premature Burial Gone. Like, what good things, by the way, I'm sorry. Like, what would be good if we brought back Giant Trunade? What, not, like, gimmicky? Because I really feel like... Tenki's a once per turn. Because the thing is, like, Giant Trunade was banned because of non-once per turn effects, right? That's also why Premature Burial was banned, because it wasn't once per turn. You bounce it back with things, especially Giant Trunade. And so, I really feel like there's nothing that problematic in terms of Giant Trunade coming back. So, I don't know. Has to be a continuous... Put it to 1, see what it does. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's already stronger back row removal, and the thing is with Giant Trunade isn't even about back row removal, because, like, I don't know. Whatever. Graceful Charity, no. Heavy Storm. Hear me out. 1 Heavy Storm. We have Dark Hole. Heavy Storm is fine. There is nothing wrong with Heavy Storm. Name the problem with it. And if you say Eldritch, I'm banning you. Name what's wrong with Heavy Storm, and if you say Eldritch, I'm banning you. Because Eldritch is not that great with Heavy Storm. I'll wait. I'll wait patiently. Heavy 1, Harpy to 3. I don't know about that. I keep Harpies at 1. I feel like... So back row decks are a lot more susceptible to removal than monster decks are, because a lot less back row floats, which is why I'm saying Eldritch is like the only thing people really have an argument for Heavy Storm. And it's really hard for back row decks to recover from like mass removal than it is compared to monster decks. And so I feel like having that much back row removal is a bit silly. And so I don't know. I wouldn't say Heavy Storm to 1, Harpy to 3. I'd keep both at 1. Heavy Storm shaves off too many decks from casual. It can kill a ton of decks. So does Harpies. Like, literally so does Harpies, though. And the thing is, like, so the thing is with casual play, like I said, it's like you can make your own ban lists and stuff. And also think, yeah, but now you have 2 Harpies. Okay. We also have, let's see, 6 fucking Dark Holes. Or 6 Regekis, I mean. Like I just said with monsters, right? But Regeki to 1. Dude, Regeki to 3 is fine! What do you mean? It's not coming up at all. People that are playing Regeki to 3 are just, like, memeing, and it comes up because it comes up. Because, like, literally, Regeki is really being used to, like, outboards, right? But you can use Dark Hole for that, and Dark Hole was not seeing play at all either. Regeki is literally only better because it doesn't blow up your board late game, and I feel like Regeki's fine. If you're losing to Regeki, that's on you, and this is coming from someone who's lost to Regeki before and been salty about it. If you're losing to Regeki, it just sucks to suck, really. You just don't like it? Nah, I love Regeki to 3. It was, like, probably the funniest hit from the last list. Kaiju Slumber is just better Dark Hole? Yeah, I agree. Especially because you can use it under, what's the Floodgate that, on Skill Drain to 3, I want it still at 1. Yeah, I want Skill Drain ban, honestly. Yeah, Skill Drain is definitely stupid. And this is coming from a true Draco player, right? I like Monarch's Erupt. I feel like Monarch's Erupt is a fine Floodgate because it requires you to, like, not have an extra deck. You gotta be playing a specific deck, things like that. But Skill Drain, no. I feel like Skill Drain is absolutely ridiculous. The cost is not steep enough. I would like it at 1. No, because then it's a sacky 1-of. It was never fun playing against 1 Skill Drain. Because then if they draw it, then it's super frustrating. Like, obviously, it's even worse at 3, considering that A, it's easier to draw, and B, it's even easier to play after it's outed. But I just don't like it. I really just don't like it at all. I feel like it was such a stupid thing to put to 3, and there was no point. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. So, past Heavy Storm, we have Kaiser Coliseum. I've been playing Kaiser Coliseum in Master Duel. I still don't really like it. The only way I could see this coming back is to 1. Other than that, no. But I'd still like to see it banned more than anything. Force people's hands to run non-monster anti. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like just draw the out cards. And like I said, this is coming from a true Draco player. I really just don't like just draw the out cards. Kaiser Coliseum. Hold on, we'd be like Mystic Mine still at 3, but what if we put early Mystic Mine at 3 also? Bro, for real. Ah, man. Okay. Last Will. No. Last Will is incredibly silly. Mass Driver. No. We're already agreeing Substitute's fine. We can't have Mass Driver as well. Mass Driver works even well with other decks, not just Frogs. Metamorphosis. I don't really like Metamorphosis. Didn't Metamorphosis do some, like, super stupid things in MBT's tournaments? Never what? Never Metamorphosis? Yeah, like, didn't it do some, like, really stupid crap in an MBT tournament? Wait, Mirage of Nightmare? What card is this again? Okay, no, it's not the card that I thought. It's a really cool tech card, but no, it can't come off at this point. Blue Eye isn't a Tachyon Dragon. Let's return during your opponent's standby, draw cards until... Okay, no. I see draw cards, then I just say no. I thought Mirage of Nightmare was, like, a completely different card. I thought it was, like, the fucking worst Swords of Revealing Light from, like, GX era. And I was like, what the fuck? Painful Choice. What's Painful Choice do again? I'm sorry, I'm actually retarded. Sengen and Tuss. Oh, yeah, no Painful Choice. Literally no Painful Choice. I forgot that's what Painful Choice was. I thought it was a different card. Yeah, no, never, Painful Choice. Pot of Greed. Let's see. Premature Burial. Nah, probably too many ways to loop it. So, definitely not. Smoke Grenade. Dude, Infernoble would still be bad without Link Cross existing if you brought back Smoke Grenade, so... Cope as much as you want. I want Konami to literally lose their mind for 1 list and put Monster Reborn and Pot of Greed to 3. You're an animal. Soul Charge to 3? Hell no, bro. We haven't even gotten a Soul Charge. What the fuck? As someone who played with 1 Soul Charge, and God, no. Oh my god. Dude, the funniest thing happened. So I was playing, like, Flupple against Goki back in, like, hard Goki Dark Warrior format. And, like, this dude, literally the round before, we were in, like, game 3 or something. Yeah, we were in game 3. The game before, he literally Gumblar'd me for 4, extra linked me, and summoned Rongo in 1 turn because of Soul Charge. And the next game, he Soul Charged going first, and this was right after the new time rules came back. He Soul Charged and kept playing Solitaire and jerking himself off, and ended up dying in time, and I ended up winning. And it was one of the funniest Yu-Gi-Oh moments I've had. It's like one of the only things that I remember. It was so funny, because that was like the tournament after the time rules got changed. I loved it. It was so fun. Ugh, man, good times. It's still like my least favorite deck of all time, by the way, tied with Spiral. Ugh, man. Anyways, Snatch Steal, no. Soul Charge, we just talked about. Judgment, I'm on the no Judgment train. Specifically not because of what it can do in spellbooks, but because of what it can do in, like, other things. Judgment never, yeah. I feel like Judgment can just be super silly in certain decks, because, like, you know, end phase draw is actually ridiculous. Yeah, +7. And, like, especially if all of those are hand traps. Yeah, no. Grass. Grass to 1. Grass to 1 is fine. I'm waiting for the baby raging in the chat. I'm not an Infernoid player, actually. I feel like Infernoid's dog shit. However, I am a Chaos Lightsworn player. No, even ignoring that, I feel like Grass is perfectly fine. If Judgment is put to 1, just put Fiber, and Cyber to 1, just go stupid. No. Oh, hell no, bro. But yeah, Grass, I feel like to 1 is fine. It's not searchable at all. You have to play a 60-card deck, which can be your demise. You can literally mill the wrong things. I do not agree with Grass. I go back and forth just for the deck variety. So the thing is, Grass going to 1 isn't going to really, change, like, the meta. Left Arm Offering is at 3? Isn't Left Arm Offering, like, way too specific? If you have 2 or more other spells or other cards in your hand, banish your entire hand, add a spell from your deck to your hand. You cannot set back row during the turn you activate this card. Okay. I don't think 60-card decks are going to be playing Left Arm Offering specifically for Grass, sorry. It's like, yeah, you can search Grass with it, but like, okay, you just lost your entire hand. Milling isn't always going to do something. Because, like, I play Chaos Lightsworn, right? I can mill, like, 10 cards and then still actually not do anything because milling is super, I wouldn't say gimmicky at all. That's, like, not a good, that's not a good word for it. Milling is super RNG based. So, like, so I was playing Master Duel, right? Grass is at, like, 1 in Master Duel, right? It might be at 3. I think it's at 1. I had a 60-card player activate Grass, mill a lot of cards, look at their graveyard for 5 seconds, and scoop immediately, because he didn't mill the things he needed. And, like, you can mill a bunch of things, and even then, like, you can only get a couple things going off, like 2 copies of Wolf, or, like, a copy, like, you can't even trigger Felis. What am I talking about? Yeah, like, you get, like, 2 copies of Wolf, and then maybe you get some, like, a Snow or something, but that's about it, right? And also, because, like I said, it forces you to play 60 cards, and you can brick so hard in 60 cards. So my Chaos Lightsworn deck is, like, 53, 55 cards. And I do brick occasionally. I don't brick all the time, but I do brick occasionally. And it is a problem because I'm playing like 55 cards. Because a lot of my things are like, you know, cannot be normal summoned or set. Yeah, Grass at 1 is perfectly fine. Especially because Ash literally exists. Like, I mean, yeah, it is, oh, just draw the out. But it's like, just draw the Grass, right? It's at 1. And Ash is at 3. And everyone's on 3 Ash. So yeah, I feel like Grass to 1 is perfectly fine. Forceful Century, no. Zodiac Barrage, if Borbo got banned, maybe to 1 again. Otherwise, I don't really like it, especially not with Tri-Brigades. Io Stegon, Rip Bozo. Last Turn. Isn't Last Turn, the stupid one that things that has, like, the Spirit Monster on it? Yeah, it has the Spirit Monster guy on it. This card can only be activated during your opponent's turn when your life points are 1,000 or less. Oh, isn't this the one that, yeah, it's the fucking double self-destruct. Okay, yeah. Any self-destructing is not fun, but I do think this card's hilarious. Select the monster instead of the field, set all other cards in the field and in their respective owner's hands to the respective graveyards. Oh, you're a monster. After this, your opponent selects and special summons a monster from their deck in a face-up attack position and attacks your selected monster. Any battle damage from that battle sheet is 0. The player's monster remains alone in the field at the end phase of this turn, wins the duel. Oh god, this card is so nasty. Oh, I love it. I'll return from the different dimension. This card's bad. This card can come to 3. It won't matter. Oh man, Royal Oppression. Royal Oppression. Oh, I've looked this card up before. What does it do? Oh! No. Literally never. Self-destruct button, no. Sixth Sense. I feel like a lot of these cards on the list in the banned section... Oh my god. A lot of these cards on the list in the banned section are there because they're just fucking FTKs or double kills. Sixth Sense. Declare 2 numbers from 1 to 6. Your opponent rolls a 6-sided die. And if the result is one of the numbers, you draw the... Oh my god! It's literally a plus no matter what. Oh, that's terrible. Time still can come back, yeah. Ultimate Offering... Not with decks like Flunder and Draco around. Otherwise, it's hilarious. Vanities, no. Trap Dust Shoot. I forgot what it does. Doesn't it? Isn't it called Trap Dust Shoot, but it affects monsters? Activate only if your opponent has 4 more cards in their hand. Look at your opponent's hand, select a monster card, and return it to the deck. A bit niche. It could be annoying in certain decks, but I feel like it is a bit specific. It's like Needle Sealing, right? So I like Needle Sealing. I'm a Ghost Trick player, right? It's a nuke that's really good for you, but there has to be 4 monsters on board. I can see it at 1, not 3, but 1. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Because like I said, like, hand rips are really good. They're like the best form of like turn 1 disruption, right? In my opinion, at least. Especially because I play water. But the thing is, water can literally like rip 4 out of your hand, but it doesn't matter. So let's see. Anyways, we're finally done with the ban section after an hour and a half. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Whew. Alright, let's go on to the limits after I take a small break. Ooh, god, my head. That's crazy. Yeah, okay. Limited section. All the Forbidden One pieces stay at 1, whatever. Pan Exodia is forbidden. Lamau. No, keep all the pieces but the head. Everything but the head. Okay, let's see. Alright. Armageddon Knight, no. Absolutely not. Astrograph can stay at 1. Strictly... Astro after 3 as long as no Electromite. I don't know. I'd like to keep it at 1 for now, considering the fact that it's not once per turn. If it was once per turn, put it to 3, absolutely. But the fact that it's not once per turn, no. So no. Russia. Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, Astrograph to 3. Probably not because it's a once per turn, or because it's not once per turn. The baby Chaos Dragons, no. This is coming from someone that plays Chaos Dragon stuff. Cyberstein, I don't know. So putting it to 3 would make gimmicky FTK decks better, and so I don't really like that. So I'd keep it at 1. It makes it so where, like, if you want to FTK with it, you gotta play Staryuja.deck. Jackalope and Snake. We can keep Jackalope and Snake to 1. Stein at 1 is kind of a limiter, yeah. Honestly, it's perfectly fine. Like, nobody's theming for Stein to 3. It's perfectly fine. Jackalope and Snake can stay at 1. I feel like the dangers are still a bit too oppressive if they were all back at 3. So, I don't know. Especially with things like Orcust. Dark Grepher, no, for the same reasons as Armageddon Knight. Honestly, Destrudo coming to 1 was something I never saw coming. Keeping it at 1 is fine. I think it's the same as keeping it at 3. It's fine in mill decks. It would definitely be played in grass decks. I kind of feel like Destrudo to 0. I don't know. I feel like we'll have to make a decision on that based on what we can see from play with it. I feel like only a couple pile decks are running it, and while I don't like pile decks in general, I feel like they're not really doing too much with it, especially because you can't summon it off of help, right? And it doesn't go into Aurora or anything. And I don't even think Dragon Link's doing too much crazy stuff with it, so I don't know. We already talked about Dynamite. Pankratops can stay to 1. It's perfectly fine as a Saki 1-of. Headband, obviously. So I'm fine with that 1 due to no grass, 1 Monster Gate, 1 Reasoning. I feel like decks that played Snow weren't even really playing Monster Gate or Reasoning. So, I don't know. I feel like even with 1 grass, Snow is fine. Like, I don't like Snow, don't get me wrong. I fucking hate Snow, I say as I play it in Chaos Lightsworn. But, I mean, I feel like it's not that big of a problem anymore. It's just annoying. Especially because we do already have Book of Moon at 3. It's like the same thing. The scariest part about Snow isn't what it does. It's the fact that it's not once per turn and it gives you advantage. But yeah. Let's see. What were we talking about? Gen X Ally Birdman. It can stay at 1. No one really cares about it staying at 1 or coming to 3. It's just kind of silly that it can bounce things. Infernity Archfiend. We can bring it to 2 at first, then we can bump it up to 3. Lunalight Tiger. Stay at 1. It's perfectly fine at 1. Honestly, bringing it back off the ban list was definitely a surprise to me. But I feel like it's fine at 1, as long as it's no more than 1. Dinosaur is fine. There was literally no problem with Dinosaur, and Misk still got hit. Dinosaur is not an oppressive deck. It's very fragile and requires very specific 2-card combos. The only reason it was ever tier 1 and Misk got put to 1 was because it was good against Dragon Link, and Dragon Link players baby raged about it because they didn't have follow-up after a Dark Ruler Tyranno. Misk to 3 and moving on. Morphing Jar, no. Keep it to 1. Actually, no, keep it to 3, I'm sorry. Morphing Jar to 3. I thought we were talking about a different jar. Yeah, no. Morphing Jar's fine. Bring it to 3. No one cares. Night Assailant. Okay. So someone, like, enlighten me, right? Because I never understood how Night Assailant was good. A loop? Infinite free discard? This card sent from the hand of the great... But the thing is, it's a when. It's literally a when. It's gonna miss timing so much. Look it up on YouTube. This card sent from the hand of the grave. Target a flip monster in your grave, except this card, return it to the hand. Oh, okay. I thought you meant discarding other things from hand. Okay, no. What you mean is it's basically Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Okay. Check DMs, let me know if you like it. Oh, that's pretty neat. Honestly, I kind of already have a frame, though, dude. I actually just don't really use it. 1 second. Let me... Yeah, honestly, I feel like, discard fodder is kind of fine. It's not really that big of a problem. Let me see. Misk images. 1 sec. Let me add... image. Image file. Yeah, I have a panel, but I just, like, don't really use it. But I think it's still really neat if I do decide to do a different panel, especially because it does fit the whole, like, Aurora Borealis theme. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Yeah, this is, this just left over from when I was doing Delta PJ stuff. 1 sec, let me drag it down. You steam a good ham. Let's drag this down a bit more. Actually, no, never mind. Can you show how mine looks on stream even for a second? I'd have to download it real quick on Discord. So yeah, let's remove this. Save image. Thumbnails, Yu-Gi-Oh, miscellaneous images. Let's change to Aurora frame. Unfortunately, that is very small. Let me just enlarge. Okay. It's gonna take a minute, but I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Gotta get it to a point where I can actually work with it. There we go. Okay. That's kind of neat. I like it. That's really cool, actually. Wait, so how did you judge the size of the webcam? Did you screenshot the stream and then copy paste it into like Photoshop or something to get like the perfect size? Because this fits like literally perfectly. Ugh. Anyways, while I wait for that, let's see. Phantom Sky Blaster, nope. Gazelle, took a screenshot and put it in the Photoshop exactly, yeah. I was like, dude, this fits like way too perfectly. Salamangreat Gazelle, they just got Circle back. They'll probably get Circle to 3, and then they'll slowly start getting Gazelle back, and so that's perfectly fine. Let's see. Servant, I don't really think so. It's probably one of the Pendulum cards that needs to stay. Terror Top, okay. Is any deck really gonna play a Speedroid engine other than Speedroids in 2022 if Terror Top came to multiple copies? Like, I don't know. I don't think they would. Feel free to disprove me, but I just feel like it helps Speedroids a lot, but it really wouldn't do anything for any other deck. Anyways, Quick Fix, no. Fuck Spiral. All my homies hate Spiral. Tempest can stay at 1. It's fine. With one Diagram, I think Litho can come to 3. You know, with the newer Speedroid cards, it's a bit much. Dude, Speedroid's perfectly fine. Like, even with 3 Terror Top, they're still locked into wins. And, like, that's the biggest downfall, is that there's not enough good generic win stuff. They get, like, Baron a Crystal Wing and, like, Crystal Clear Wing, maybe. And that's about it. And they're still a bit fragile. They're just a freeform Speedroid combo deck. They're really cool. I feel like Terror Top to 2 and then 3 would be fine. But yeah, I think Lithosagam with one Diagram, I feel like that's fine. I feel like 3 Litho is fine. Rat, no. Rat can stay at 1. Quick Fix to 5, fuck off. Hell no. Master Diamond. As much as I love Gem Knights, Master Diamond probably needs to stay at 1, especially if we do bring back Brilliant Fusion to 1. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, yes, is my answer to Terror Top. Yeah, if we're bringing Brilliant Fusion back to 1, Master Diamond definitely needs to stay at 1, even though I love Gem Knights a lot. It's not even really hurting regular Gem Knight that much, especially because they still have Lady Brilliant Diamond. And so they're perfectly fine. Meow Meow can stay at 1. Prank Kids deserve it. Fuck Prank Kids. Striker Dragon to 1. Sorry, Arbiter. Ben 10 can stay at 1. Now, honestly, it's perfectly fine. Drytron is really just, like, either Scythe Lock Turbo or Megalith stuff. And while the Scythe Lock Turbo is annoying, I really do like the Megalith stuff. Speaking of which, as I said earlier, we have a Drytron Megalith deck profile with my friend Chris up on the channel. It's like the second most recent video. You should totally check it out. Smile. And then we have Omega. Hermetic Seal to 1. Why? Who hurt you? Let's see. Omega definitely stay at 1. Dragons did, but most of them only play 1. What the hell? Hyper Librarian can stay at 1. It causes too much degenerate stuff at multiple copies. Trishula. Would Virtual World realistically play multiple Trishula? I don't know. Because the fact that it requires at least 3 monsters is, like, very vicious. Like, I don't know. No, like, Trish Loop, yeah, but, like, I feel like only Virtual World would be able to do something like that. But they'd have to, like, recycle with, like, Tomy and stuff. And I know they're good, but they're not that good. Like, I don't think anything would really be able to Trish Loop right now. I have to find some videos on it. Anyways, Beatrice to 3, nobody cares. Nobody's making more than one copy of Beatrice if they're using it generically, and Burning Abyss would love it. Emerald to 3 literally does nothing. We still have Zodiac stuff hit, and I feel like even with Zodiac stuff not hit, Emerald is, like, way too slow compared to what it was. Mirage Stalio, either start bringing back Gazelle after Circle, or start bringing back... Oh god, I need to pan my camera down. Looks like I'm eating the text. Yeah, because I'm slowly starting to get to the point of the stream where I'm tired and I want to slouch. Is this good? Nope. I need to slouch more. Or slouch less and tilt more. 10? Yeah, 10 should be fine. Whatever. You guys are fine. You can see my face. You can see my face. But yeah. I feel like Beatrice, nobody's playing... Oh yeah, no. We're talking about Emerald. Yeah, Emerald's too slow. Recital Starling, dude, literally had no reason to get hit to 1 compared to the Simorg ban. Whatever, though. I'm living with it. Mirage Stalio, yeah. Gazelle or Stalio, multiple copies, no one cares. I would like Called By to 2. I don't know, a bit biased there. I just love Called By as a card. But, yeah, seeing a little bit of Zandoran, but I would love Called By to 2. I feel like it's fine at 2, so I don't know. Card Destruction. I keep forgetting this card is at 1. I keep thinking it's at 3 because nobody plays it. I feel like Card Destruction's fine. Actually, with the new Mr. Rune deck coming out, it would have to stay at 1. I feel like at 3 it'd be a menace. Otherwise, it would be able to come back to 3. Card of Demise. Okay. I like Card of Demise. I really do. I like True Draco. Card of Demise is a really stupid good card. Maybe we could get it back to 3, or at least 2. Maybe not. I don't know. This one's a bit iffy, because I've been playing it in Master Duel, right? And it's really good, don't get me wrong. But it also restricts you not being able to play hand traps. It also sends any other resources in case your board's full, yada yada. And so it does have downsides, because the only real decks that play Demise are things like True Draco. Let's see, what else would play it? Like, what, Flunder? No, not even Flunder, because they have to keep things in hand. True Draco is literally the only deck that plays Demise, really. And so I feel like putting Demise to more copies is perfectly fine. Fucking Chris spamming the chat, I don't care. But yeah, so I feel like Demise, like, because Demise and Diagram have both hit on the same list, right? And so I feel like Demise can come back. I don't know. Chain Strike? No, I don't like the Degenerate Burn stuff. Sorry, Lozo. You can't have multiple Chain Strike. If that was you that asked, by the way. Actually, no, I think it was Tomy that asked. I'm sorry. D-Fissure? Nah, keep it at 1. It's fine. Divine Wind of Mist Valley. Divine Wind of Mist Valley. Once per turn, if a wind you control returns to the hand, get special low 4 lower wind from your deck. I mean, considering that Duloran got eroded and released a long time ago, and the fact that Birdman is still at 1, I don't think anybody would give a flying fuck if Divine Wind came back at all. So, I don't know. Draco Face Off, probably fine. I thought this card already came up to multiple copies, but I guess not. Diagram, only if we don't get Masterpiece. If we get Masterpiece, it has to stay at 1. Final Countdown, stay at 1. It's whatever, who cares. Tenki, probably stay at 1 for now. Foolish, obviously stay at 1. Gateway is funny, and Six Samurai is based as hell, but it definitely needs to stay at 1. Because otherwise, it's like way too silly. You can already search it anyway, so it's not even that much of a problem that it's at 1. But having multiple copies becomes a problem because it's not once per turn. And you can just stack, like, infinite count. You can already stack infinite counters with the deck, but this just makes it even more ridiculous. Gold Sark, yeah, come to 3. Nobody cares. Thunder Dragons are bad. Harpies, yeah, stay at 1. Infernity Launcher, stay at 1. Hell no. You can get multiple Archfiend, but you cannot get more of this. Instant Fusion, as much as I love it, it can stay at 1 for now. Into the Void, isn't this just like Infinity Crack? Like, is this not just like liquid crack for Infinity? If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, draw a card, and if you do during... Oh my god, that is stupid. Yeah, keep that bitch at 1. Magical Midbreaker Field. Cards, whatever. You can probably bring it out to multiple copies. Set rotation's still at 1, so it's fine. Mind Control. Dude, bring Mind Control back to multiple copies. Nobody cares. This card was good back during, like, Trickstar format, in, like, the early days of Lynx. But that's literally it. Like, there's so much better side deck cards, especially because everything just has Omni Negates or Protection now. Because Mind Control targets, I'm 99% sure. So, yeah, whatever. Monster Gate, rip Infernoid players, but, I mean, I guess as long as there's an FTK, whatever, I don't know. Monster Reborn, stay at 1. One Day of Peace, stay at 1. It's probably a lot of degenerate stuff. 1-for-1, stay at 1. This card's silly. Who asked for Desires to 1? Like, I feel like Desires to 1 was a bit unnecessary. Granted, it's a really good card, and it does bait out Ash, like, all the time. But I feel like it was necessary for a lot of decks that had consistency issues. So, I don't know. I feel like 2 Desires, because that's the optimal ratio, by the way. And if you play 3 Desires, I hope you always draw 2 copies of Desires off your Desires. Reasoning, stay at 1, whatever. Rhoda. Remember when Rhoda was brought back to 3? Oh, yeah, no, keep this at 1. Sekka's we already discussed earlier. Desires was a hit to poor people. Oh, man. Ooh, we're on to Sinnoh. We are literally 4 generations in of Pokemon music. That's how long we've been going. We're at 2 hours. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, Sekka's we already discussed can come to 3. Nobody cares. Set rotation can stay at 1. It's a very powerful card. Very silly card. Hornet Drones, multi-roll, and engage. Sky Striker's already doing perfectly fine with all of these still hit. If out of all of these, maybe drones? But I feel like all of them can stay at 1 and Sky Striker's still perfectly fine, especially because they have linkage on the way, and so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, these can stay at 1 and nobody would really care. Engage is probably the last one I'd like to see, and then probably followed by multi-roll and then Hornet. I don't know. Slash Draw, nah, it's FTK. It's literally, it says you win the duel. Spiral Resort, no, fuck Spiral. All my homies hate Spiral. Terraforming. So hear me out. Field spells aren't that big of a problem anymore, other than Mystic Mine. So I think if Mystic Mine is banned, this is why it was put to 1, by the way, other than Light Stage. If Mystic Mine is banned, Terraforming can come back to 2. And no one would care. Moving on. Light Stage, dude, free Light Stage. Literally free. Trickstar's so bad. Even with 3 Light Stage, Trickstar is literally so bad. Please free Light Stage. People were talking about, like, casual play and stuff earlier. It's like, dude, Trickstar did nothing wrong. Oh, man. Upstart can stay at 1. 39 card decks are fine. Macrocosmos stay at 1. Saki 1 up, who cares? Magical Explosions in FTK enabler, right? Activate only while you have no cards in your hand. Inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each spell in your grave. Oh, yeah, no. Stay gone. Metaverse, yeah, keep it at 1. I mean, honestly, with Mystic Mine gone, Metaverse can come to 3, and nobody would care. Red Reboot, we already have enough backer hate, especially if we do bring back Giant Trunade and or Heavy Storm. Red Reboot can be fine as a Saki 1-of. It's very powerful, but having 1 of it is perfectly fine. Wall of Revealing Light. I keep forgetting what this card does, and I think it's bad. Activate by paying any multiple of 1,000 life points. Monsters your opponent controls cannot attack if their attack is less than or equal to the amount of you paid. Dinomorphia sports. No, it's probably limited for a good reason. I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care about it. I don't think it's that big of a problem, but eh. That's it for the limited. Finally, we're on to the last section. We're on to the semi-limited cards. Malicious. I don't like Malicious as a card. I just don't. Wow, it sucks. What, Wall of Revealing Light? Yeah, it's so mid. It's probably used for something degenerate, though, so I don't know. Yeah, Malicious. I personally, I'd like to see Malicious at 1. I don't like Malicious, but whatever. Let's do... If all of these weren't added to the semi-limited list, we would literally have 1 semi-limited card. That's so funny. But yeah, Hero Lives, honestly can come to 3. I don't think Heroes, are gonna be that strong. It's like the most expensive nib token you'll ever make. Fusion Destiny, yeah, I don't want it up to multiple copies. Nadir can stay at 2. Salad Circle can go up to 3. And Scapegoat can come to 3, which it's definitely going to, and nobody would care. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've officially gone through every card currently banned, limited, and semi-limited, and whether or not they can come to multiple copies. Two hours. That took 2 hours. I'm tired. What about you guys? Oh, man. It's easy 2 hours TED Talk about cardboard, not for real. I don't even think was our Pokemon quiz stream even this long? Oh shit, I just realized we had 981 subscribers. That's awesome. We're only 19 away. Yeah. Oh no, it took longer for our Pokemon quiz. We were there for like 2.5 hours. That's crazy. I thought it wasn't that long. Anyways. 981 subscribers. Let's go. By the way, if any of you currently in the stream are watching this, and even if you're following the Twitch account, if you're not subscribed to the channel, we're gonna throw hands. You need to subscribe for epic, amazing Yugi-tubing content, and so that I can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Preferably at least by the end of May, but we're definitely going to hit it by the end of this month if our growth keeps going, which is awesome. And so I really would appreciate that. But yeah, we've gone through everything. Oh my god. Let me flip my webcam back to its original settings. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah. -4. Beautiful. But yeah, thank you all, everybody that came to watch. I'm sorry if we're ending it right now and Zandorum isn't back, because this went a lot faster than I thought as we got further through, because, you know, we're not going over random things. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming to the stream. This was super fun. I haven't had a stream this fun in a long time. So yeah, I really do appreciate all of you showing up. Thank you for all of your awesome opinions and takes and information. A lot of the stuff I didn't really know about until you guys told me, so that was awesome. Oh god, that was freaking out. So yeah, thank you all. That was awesome. And make sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, check me out on Twitter. I post updates all the time, and you'll always know when I'm going live. All sorts of stuff like that. I don't think I really have any other social medias, do I? For this channel, I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check out all my videos on there. They're awesome. And if you would be so kind as to follow here as well in order to push my stuff further to a wider audience, as well as promote my main channel, that would be awesome. Even though I don't stream too often, I do try to stream a lot, and I've tried to stream a lot more during the summer when I'm out of school, even though I will be working. And so, yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Aurora, signing off.